Hi everyone, I am Shaina Campos Asada. It was all about drugs and alcoholism education, prevention, and control. Before we start, let us understand what is addiction. Addiction is a chronic relapsing brain disease defined by a physical and psychological dependence on drugs, alcohol, or behavior. So, when we say addiction, it heavily impacts the way a person thinks, feels, and acts. Many individuals with addictive disorders are aware of their problem but have difficulty stopping on their own. Addiction and dependence. The terms addiction and dependence are often confused or used interchangeably. While there is some overlap, it's important to understand the major differences between the two. The difference between dependence and addiction. Dependence. It is present when someone develops a physical tolerance to a substance. So from the word dependent, we are depending on something. Usually, a dependency is resolved by slowly tapering off the use of a particular substance. While addiction, it occurs when extensive drug or alcohol use has caused a person's brain chemistry to change. Addiction manifests themselves as uncontrollable cravings to use drugs despite doing harm to oneself or others. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, or DSM, is the best tool for spotting addiction. Control, desire to limit, time to spend, cravings, lack of responsibility, problems with relationship, loss of interest, dangerous use, worsening situations, tolerance, and withdrawal. First, lack of control. The substance is used in larger amounts or over a longer time than the person originally intended. Meaning, one of the reasons why people addicted is because they can't control themselves in using and taking their substance. Second, desire to limit. Wanting to cut back on use but being unable to do so. Even addicted people has a desire to limit their use, but they are so helpless for themselves. Time spent. A considerable amount of time is spent trying to acquire a substance. Addicted people always choose to spend their time in abusing drugs rather than having a time for themselves, for their family and loved ones. Fourth, cravings. The user experiences an intense desire or urge to use their drug. Lack of responsibility. Substance use takes priority over work, school, or home obligation. Most of the abusers did not remember their responsibility and priorities in life, like their work, school, or home obligation. Sixth, problems with relationship. Interpersonal relationships are consistently strained from drug abuse. Sixth, problems with relationship. Interpersonal relationships are consistently strained from drug abuse. Addiction can also affect and destroys your interpersonal relationships with your family and loved ones. 7. Loss of interest. User stops engaging in important social or recreational activities in favor of drug use. Sad to say, abusers is totally distracted because they have lost their interest to the society as well as to the things that they usually do that can make them happy. 8. Dangerous use. Continued use despite dangerous circumstances. Even they know that it has negative effect to their health, but they can't stop themselves from abusing and taking drugs. Worsening situation. Continued use despite worsened physical or psychological problems. Abusing drugs can only cause the situation to be worse, not just only in physical, but most especially to the psychological problems. Tolerance. A need for larger amounts of the substance to achieve desired effects. Withdrawal. This can be physical and emotional. Side effects may include anxiety, irritability, nausea, and vomiting. These are the heavy effects of using and abusing drugs. Warning signs of addiction. Ignoring commitments or responsibilities, problems at work, school, or at home, unexplained absences, appearing to have a new set of friends, considerable monetary fluctuations, staying up later than usual or sleeping in longer, lapse in concentration or memory, being oddly secretive about parts of personal life, withdrawal from normal social contacts, sudden mood swings and change in behavior, unusual lack of motivation, weight loss, or changes in physical appearance. And that's all for my report. Thank you so much for watching. This is Shaina Campos Sada. God bless us all.